Hi everyone, welcome back for another video with Ely News. The topic of the day is the American presidential election. With my team, we're going to try to explain to you as simply as we can its progress in the year step by step. So if you are interested on how American presidents are elected, keep watching.
So, in the US elections, the candidates are elected by popular vote, which means a candidate needs to have the majority of votes. Meanwhile, candidates will present their program to the public so they can acknowledge their ideas and goals for the country. Before there were 32 candidates, but 25 Democrats and 2 Republicans dropped out. At the beginning of March, there were only 3 Democrats and 2 Republicans left. One of the candidates who dropped out and called people interest the most is Gabbard, the Congresswoman of Hawaii. She was the only woman remaining in the Democratic primary, but she said she would support Biden, who has accumulated a lot of votes. However, an update since 19th March, only 3 candidates are left: Joe Biden and Sanders, who are Democrats, and Donald Trump, the only Republican left. We see in more depth the programs of each candidate who stood in the elections. Joe Biden, he has run for president twice before. His aims are restoring America's standing on the global stage, strengthening economic protections for low-income workers in industries like manufacturing and fast food. Bernie Sanders, he is a democratic socialist. He already brought progressive proposals like Medicare for all and tuition-free public college, with the goal of canceling all student debt in the US. Then we have Donald Trump. He has focused on undoing the policies of the Obama administration, like healthcare, environmental regulation, and immigration. He wants to stop immigration and build a wall at the Mexican border, renegotiate or cancel international deals on trade, arms control, and climate change, and withdraw American troops from overseas.
The first electoral debates appear on summer, the year before the election. The subjects discussed are often topical issues, and it is agreed that some debates played over the course of the election, like the one with Richard Nixon against John Kennedy. These debates are not officially provided by the Constitution and remain more a convention than an obligation. The main political target is the undecided, to convince them a few weeks before the elections. The Republican and Democratic candidates for the White House will confront during 3 mains debates in 2020 in the states of Indiana, Michigan, and Tennessee, announced the committee in charge of their organization. The first presidential debate will be held on September 29, 2020 in Notre Dame in Indiana. The second is scheduled for October 15th in Ann Arbor in Michigan. The final debate between the 2 candidates for the White House will be held in Nashville in southern Tennessee on October 22nd. All will be held on university campuses. The debates will last 90 minutes each, as the Commission said.
The third party tiles the elections. To begin with, I'm going to define a primary and caucuses. So a primary is the method political parties use in the US to nominate candidates for the elected office. The winners of the primaries in the two-party system become the party nominees, and they face each other in the election, which is held in November in even-numbered years. But not all primaries are the same. A caucus is a local meeting where registered members of a political party in a city, town, or country gather to vote for their preferred party candidate and conduct other party business. Now I'm going to talk about Super Tuesday on March the 3rd, 2020. Also now, Super Tuesday, the largest number of states have their primaries on the same day. The largest number of voters will make their presidential choices, and a large number of delegates is up for grabs. As far as the general elections in December 2020, the date for this year's presidential and the parliamentary elections remain December 7th. The Electoral Commission has confirmed. To finish, we're going to talk about the role of Electoral College. During the general election, Americans go to their polling place to cast their vote for president, but the tally of those votes does not determine the winner. Instead, presidential elections use the Electoral College. To win the election, a candidate must receive a majority of electoral votes. In the event no candidate receives a majority, the House of representative chose the president, and the Senate chose the vice president.
So now I'm going to talk about the assumption of duties, which is the last part. The assumption of duties of the President of the United States will take place as in tradition on 20 January, 3 months after the election, in order to allow administrations and political teams to prepare for a possible change of course. Inauguration Day is a day in the United States when the president-elect takes the oath and takes office as President of America. The elected vice president also takes the oath and takes office on the same day. The last inauguration day took place on January 2017, with the inauguration of Donald Trump as President of America. The mandate of an American president starting constitutionally on January 20 at soon Washington time at 5 p.m. It is tradition, if that day falls on a Sunday, that the swearing committee be held at the White House and postpone the public demonstrations, with a second swearing to the next day. So now it's finished. To conclude, it was the 4 steps of the American elections. We hope that you have learned something about it. Thank you for listening to us. It was a pleasure. See you next time.